In this episode, the International Conference on Robotics and Automation. Welcome to ICRA 2025, which is not your everyday trade show, but a front row seat to the future. In late May, more than 7,000 engineers, scientists, and tech leaders landed in Atlanta, Georgia to unveil the latest breakthroughs in robotics and automation. That's right, we've combed through it all to bring you the best. Buckle up, because the future. And as always, we've got our eyes on the prize. Has officially checked in. Let's get it. NVIDIA came in hot. Once just the king of GPUs, it's now a full-blown Jedi Academy for robots. No lightsabers though, just raw AI. Take Dream Drive. It crafts 4D driving scenes using video diffusion and 3D Gaussian bursts. Translation? Well, it's basically a training ground for self-driving cars that feels like a virtual parallel universe. Then there's X Mobility. Think GPS on steroids. It doesn't just know where it is, it understands where to go next by mapping the world like it's read the cheat codes or something. Remember, gives robots episodic memory. Basically, helps them, well, as the name suggests, to remember where they were, what they saw, so they can recognize, hey, I've been here before, and boom, they're navigating like seasoned locals. And Spot allows robots to mimic human motion with uncanny precision, regardless of shape or structure. Next up is Dex Mimic Gen. Mind-blowing. One look at a human's two-handed movement and a robot can repeat it, learn it, and generalize across similar tasks. Forget datasets in the millions, this is learning at light speed. And get a load of this, NVIDIA Hover brings unified controls to humanoids. Walking, grasping, multitasking, all so seamless and natural. And here we thought T800 is sci-fi, huh? Now how about Matchmaker? A 3D generator of parts and virtual puzzle scenes for training. No more hand-coding training data, just build, test, and repeat. Now you put all of these together and what's the result? Well, smarter drones, gentler handlers, and robots that feel less like machines and more like trusted allies. Obviously, with NVIDIA in charge. Do we yay or do we nay? Let us know in the comments. On to our next exhibit. Engineered Arts returned with Amica. Still, one of the most human-like bots on the planet, even though we haven't heard about the robot lately. No big upgrades, but still a showstopper. Fluid expressions, micro reactions. It's almost like talking to an actor in an android suit, fresh off of a Hollywood set or something. Fourier Robotics, meanwhile, brought their humanoids to the show, but skipped the recent Beijing Robot Marathon. Still, the real buzz is at Fourier's robots showcasing impressive dexterity on social networks. Check it out in the cards. And researchers from New York University have decided to pull off a social experiment or a challenge for their robot, depending on how you look at it. They basically asked visitors to bring random objects to their booth so that the robot could try to grab them. For the most part, the experiment was successful. And an updated RBY-1 from Rainbow Robotics made an appearance as well. It's a semi-humanoid on wheels, which has 2 arms with 7 degrees of freedom, 1 leg, and a platform based on omnidirectional mecanum wheels. This means that it can move any which way, forward, backward, sideways, diagonally, even rotate in place. The robot is ideal for tight spaces, labs, and who knows, maybe even supermarkets of the future. Along with the new wheels, the engineers also presented an updated software development kit, Neste, which is Disneyland for developers because they get access to LiDARs, sensors, handlers. Basically, sky's the limit. The RBY-1 is positioned as a testing ground of the future, where artificial intelligence gets arms, wheels, an eye, and a brain, all of which can be assembled, programmed, and sent to work. Now, a lot of serious folks showed up at ICRA this year, and then there were some that were impossible to look at without a smile. Can we get a witness for these cutie patooties? Mini Pie and Mini High. Admittedly small, but hey, they sturdy bipedal robots from High Torque Robotics. How do we know? Well, ICRA visitors were offered to beat them with a hammer. And yes, they survived. Because these little ones have powerful motors, 12 to 23 degrees of freedom, and high octane torque, just like their larger counterparts. Mini Pi is the most economical bipedal robot on the market as of today. It can walk or fall on its back or side and still get up. This is possible thanks to reinforcement learning, i.e., it actually learns from its falls. And Mini High is its older brother with 23 degrees of freedom and more advanced joints designed in the likeness of humans. But the main thing is the price. This is one of the most affordable humanoids in its class. And for the enthusiasts out there, there's Pi Plus, an open source modular platform. Think Lego, but if you want to build a robot yourself. It's open, everything's clear, and everything works. High five High Torque Robotics for proving that robots can be accessible, fun, and incredibly durable. And Sharpa lured visitors to its stands with its humanoid robot, but in reality, the company's main product is its robotic arms. So Sharpa Wave is as human of a hand as could be. With 22 degrees of freedom and a sense of touch, it can cut using scissors, peel legs, play the piano, and at the same time feel pressure with an accuracy of 0.005 Newton. Each finger has over 1,000 haptic pixels, and the entire system supports 6,000 levels of sensitivity. Imagine, it doesn't just feel the grip, it knows how hard you're squeezing and can instantly adjust the force. Inside, there's a powerful neural network-based algorithm and sensor modules, and developers, well, they have everything. A cross-platform SDK, precision simulators, and even a proprietary Sharpa Pilot application for intuitive control. Unless you're Elon Musk's kids, however, this product is primarily designed for research labs. More on hands, Inspire Robots showcased its advanced robotic hand from the Dexterous Hands series. It's designed for precise and sensitive handling that mimics the movements of a human. The Dexterous Hands have 6 degrees of freedom and 12 motor joints. 6 pressure sensors are responsible for sensitivity, precision, haptic feedback, and a hybrid position and force control algorithm allows for precise imitation of grasps and movements. The company's line of robotic arms includes several options. The RH56DFX model features high gripping force and moderate speed, making it suitable for grabbing objects securely. Now the other model, called the same, except for the B instead of a D, known as the Pianist, features high speed and precision, making it ideal for tasks that require fine and fast movements. Basically, soft touch, firm control. Now, operating a robot is tricky, let alone doing it underwater. Nothing is static, and even the most precise calculations can be easily carried away by the current. That is why the work of the TU Hamburg team attracted attention at the conference. This is their solution for autonomous underwater manipulators, systems that operate on the ocean floor like a robotic arm on a spaceship. At the center is the compact, lightweight blue ROV2 platform with the Alpha 5 arm, which can now move and grasp with 1.5-inch or 4-centimeter accuracy even in storms. The trick is in the smart control system with task priorities. It decides what's more important at the moment to stay in place, to accurately grab an object, or not to crash into an octopus, for example. Everything is implemented in ROS 2, tested in motion capture systems, and posted on GitHub so that any engineer can continue the research. This is a step forward for underwater robotics. Cheaper, more accurate, more stable. Imagine getting one of these and dressing it up as a shark in a freshwater lake. Would that be a funny video, or is this a Vitaly level prank idea? Let us know in the comments. Attendees got hands-on, quite literally, with DaVinci 5 at the conference this year, which is a world-class surgical robot. With 4 arms, 3D vision, and a 10x zoom, it performs microsurgery through pinholes. It can lift an organ, hold it in the right position, and make an incision that would put nip and tuck to shame, avoiding the smallest blood vessels. And what if the surgeon's hands tremble? Why, the system will block the wrong command and point out the error. Over 5 million surgeries and counting, ladies and gentlemen. The medicine of the future is already here. And Lynx Dynamics brought its Tron 1 robot inspired by the AT-ST walkers from Star Wars. Just like Mini Eyes, it too suffered a few karate chops for people's entertainment. However, it is a pity that the company didn't bring its new product, a version of Tron 1 with a modular arm. This means that it not only walks, but also interacts with its surroundings. It can grab, move, pull, all in the spirit of the new generation of mobile manipulators. Inside, there's an NVIDIA NX computing module, voice control and activation, a LiDAR, and depth camera systems. This Tron 1 sees objects in 3D, hears voice commands, and can confidently avoid obstacles in real time. It's ideal for research labs working on embodied AI, which is an AI that not only thinks, but also acts with its body. Tron 1 helps scientists study whole body movements, task planning, and human-machine interaction. And it's plug and play with many options available. All of this is ready to work out of the box. Tron 1 doesn't require assembly or complex settings. Just connect it and it's on. Also on the stand and at the general robot party, you could see the brand new humanoid robot from Lynx Dynamics called CL3. For now, this is a robot trainer with 31 degrees of freedom, and that's all we got for you about it. However, the company is clearly going to develop it further. And Boston Dynamics was at the ICRA this year. No Atlas, but Spot showed off on a rugged new obstacle course with rotating discs and slippery platforms. And yet, these robotic dogs handled it like pros. Next year's ICRA challenge for these hounds is, well, already a challenge, because this year they didn't even break a sweat. Moving on, Enchanted Tools brought its Mirakai robot to the exhibition. It recently got a brain boost. Google DeepMind's Gemini 2.0. The developers became trusted partners of the company to experiment with implementing it into Gemini Live and Gemini Robotics robots. The goal is to increase cognitive capabilities of Mirakai. As a result, the robot gained motion recognition, voice interaction, and 3D aware navigation, essentially becoming smarter, chattier, more human. Mirakai. Now, some robots fly, some grab, and Spider does it all. At ICRA 2025, University of Tokyo presented a unique hybrid robot that can not only walk, but also grab objects mid-air. And all this with the grace of a spider and the precision of a drone. Well, almost. Spider is a multi-armed flying robot with vectored thrust control. Basically, it has an arsenal of directional propellers that allow it to maneuver in the air and grab objects just like an Iron Man. The robot can grasp an object even if it has an irregular shape, adapt to the wind mid-flight, and fly around air currents that it created itself. In real tests, the robot lifted a ball with a diameter of 23 inches or 60 centimeters, not just grabbed it, but held it in the air and carried it like a real air loader of the future. Now, from what we gather, this is the world's first system in which a multi-limbed flying robot performs a full-fledged grasping motion to transport more or less large objects. The developers hope that Spider could one day be useful in delivery, construction, and rescue operations. What do you guys think? Is this a game changer for center fields or what? And by the way, who said robots can't brawl? Booster T1 played soccer, did push-ups, and faced off in ring battles, even challenging Unitree's G1, which actually won in the end. These bots are tough, balanced, and surprisingly agile, with many humans actually placing bets. Get this, Booster T1 went on sale 3 months ago and has already been shipped to more than 50 customers worldwide. And this is despite the fact that the company that makes these things is literally a year old. Oh, and by the way, a real robot fight club called UFB, Ultimate Fighting Bots, lets you take the controls for 10 minutes in exchange for $5. Has anyone tried this already? If you have, ping us your video and we'll see what we can do for you. And Astrobot from China also showed up at the exhibition this year, where it demonstrated its dexterity via remote control. All we have to say is that it's fast, precise, and really smooth. Kepler Robotics, meanwhile, has unveiled its new humanoid, the K2. also known as the Bumblebee. This 5'10" or 178 centimeter tall robot weighs 190 pounds or 85 kilos and has 40 degrees of freedom, including 12 in each hand. Its perception is provided by 3D visualization, fisheye cameras, inertial measurement units, torque, force, and position sensors. The brain is a proprietary nebula system with a computing power of 100 tops. The drives, by the way, also developed by Kepler. In theory, K2 can perform a wide range of tasks, from precisely handling objects to navigating difficult terrain. Its arms can lift up to 33 pounds or 15 kilos each, and the nebula system allows for adaptation to different conditions and tasks. However, in practice, well, the robot's not very impressive. Now, even though it was introduced only a year and a half ago, in the growing humanoid market, it's unclear whether the new Bumblebee will be able to keep up with the Hive. Another new product presented at the ICRA 2025 is a new hero of impenetrable forests and disaster zones. Wild Fusion. This is not just a robot with cameras and LiDAR. It's a real pathfinder in a metal body, trained to feel the ground under its feet, almost like a human. Developed by Duke University, Wild Fusion doesn't just look at the world with its eyes, it hears, feels, and analyzes its every move. It's helped by an RGB camera, LiDAR, tactile sensors, contact microphones, and an inertial system. The leaves crunch, it hears. Gets slippery, it feels. Dirt, grass, rock, it distinguishes and remembers everything. Because inside is a whole lot of deep learning and a model that doesn't just see dots on a map, but recreates an entire landscape. Some of the staff at Pro Robots wish they used this technology in robot vacuums. Now, Wild Fusion decides where to step even if visibility is zero, as if it has, well, intuition. This is why engineers compare Wild Fusion to a person walking along a path with their eyes closed, relying only on their senses. The results become less impressive once you realize this machine has been tested in the woods of Northern Carolina instead of a lab, where it walked on gravel, mud, grass, calmly, confidently, like a natural-born tourist, or a Delta operator. So when a storm, fire, or an earthquake hits, don't be surprised if the first person to reach you isn't the fire squad, but this guy. And just an FYI, ARPANET, GPS, and Wild Fusion all stem from the same lab. Can you guess which one? Let us know in the comments. Romila Lab was at the exhibition this year as well. They had Artemis, the soccer champion, and this guy. Meet Cosmo. As if from a 90s cartoon, it's a very serious robot with a soul, my producers tell me, and 28 movable joints. Speed, why up to 3 feet or a meter per second. Balance, it stands even if you give it a good push. And it doesn't just walk, it walks and waves its arms, moves its head, and even its fingers, kind of like Freddy Krueger. Or is this comparison way off? Like when it grabs a teddy bear? Can you see it? Cosmo has 20 QDD drives that can control its position, its strength, and its stride, and also 8 servo motors and a bunch of sensors, from IMU in the torso to special linear sensors in the feet, and we take walking and talking at the same time for granted. Now, Cosmo has pre-recorded phrases from which classic cartoon of the 90s? Let us know in the comments. It speaks them loudly, expressively, and in any language. It's not just functional, it's fun, and this was the main task for its creators from Romila, to make the robot emotional through movements. But behind the cartoonish appearance is some serious engineering that ensured that the robot wouldn't fall over due to its huge head and disproportionate boots. ICRA had its poetic side as well. For example, this interactive art installation, The Harmonies of Light and Sound and Human Connection, featured helium balloon bots with legs, floating, dancing, responding to airflows, touch, or a gamepad. The robots in turn changed their direction of movement, lighting, and even behavior. and it seems we're getting closer and closer to personal flight. Swarms Labs brought a meditative spinning airship using pendulum stabilization to fly gently, gracefully, without complex control systems. This airship uses rotational behavior. It literally spins in the air like a ballerina on autopilot. At the same time, its movement can be easily controlled. Turns out it's cheap, reliable, and environmentally friendly. Such a drone airship can be used for example, patrolling, air monitoring, turbulence, and even for indoor filming. Now gamers, get ready. Robotira's X-Hand 1 clicks faster than any e-athlete. 10 clicks per second, fatigue-free, always a bullseye. Then 5 fingers, each individually mobile, feel temperature, texture, pressure, and it waves on live streams. It's controlled by ICRA 42 and sensors that together perform more than 100 tasks, from automatic tricks to real-time reactions. And with Apple Vision Pro, it becomes your virtual avatar's hand. Oh, and yes, it comes with a full-body bot, Star One. From haptic hands to spider drones, from fight-ready humanoids to emotion-reading androids, ICRA 2025 proved the future isn't just on its way. It's dancing, grabbing, and already walking among us. And if you enjoyed this video, then give us a like, click that bell to subscribe, and check out our socials for more from the world of high tech.